Hello everyone, it's Khaled. Welcome to today's daily pitch, 23 of Jan 2026. Let's dive into the latest economic events, technicals, and see what's moving the markets. I will start with yesterday economic data and let's do some analysis. In addition to that, I will go over gold and over USD JPY and Bank of Japan and what happened. Okay guys, so looking at the economic data we had yesterday, in general the economic data for the US was better than expected. The GDP was higher, the PCE as well was still elevated. For example, the PCE year over year moved from 2.7 to 2.8%, and the core PCE, one moment, and the core PCE as well was at the 2.7%. So in general, the economic data should have been supporting gold bulls, gold bears, gold drop, and dollar bulls. But surprisingly, the markets was not taking into consideration the economic data. In addition to that, they were still taking just the fear that was taking place. It was reflected positively on gold. Moving to the 30-minute time frame. This was my trade ideas for yesterday. I was looking for a following rejection, a rejection here or here, but gold just printed a new all-time high and we're almost approaching the 5,000. If we look as well on the dollar index, I was expecting to see a stronger move up yesterday, especially after this economic data related to GDP. Unfortunately, this didn't happen. We saw a drop on the dollar index. The treasury yields as well were moving up. And regarding the VIX is relatively calm right now, below the 20 level, no major fear in the market. But as I said, compared to the economic data that was released, I believe the DXY movement and the gold movement was a little bit surprising. Anyway, let's have a look right now at the DXY. We already saw it. Here's the DXY. We saw that we had economic data. I was expecting to see a drop down and at least retesting the 99.2 before seeing any profit taking or a move down. This didn't take place. Moving on to gold, we mentioned I was expecting to see a rejection from the 4,000, approximately 900, some pullback and then buys up, but gold price action just moved up. Okay, so I'm going to delete these. And before that, we had, of course, for today, a very important economic event as well, which was related to Bank of Japan. Just to summarize of what happened with Bank of Japan. Bank of Japan kept interest rates at 0.75. There was no change as expected. The voting was 8 members voted for interest rate to stay stable and 1 member voted for increasing the interest rates to 1% instead of 0.75. As for the monetary outlook, they were expecting the forecast for the GDP has increased to 0.9 and 1% for the upcoming years. And this is mainly related to the stimulus the government is making. I'm just giving you the headlines of what happened. The Bank of Japan expected inflation to stay at 2% target. And as well, the meeting occurred when there is still uncertainty, especially that there is a conflict between the fiscal and monetary policy. The Bank of Japan is trying to increase interest rates while the government is doing some stimulus. That's why we are seeing a struggle in the Japanese yen. The governor Ueda said that Bank of Japan will continue to raise their rates whenever they are seeing good economic data. They signaled that April will be a critical month. And as well, this is very important, Ueda was more vocal about currency, stating that Bank of Japan needs to give more attention to FX. And here what I wanted to show you, I sent an update in the morning in the Telegram channel. Let's go to USD JPY and see what happened. I'm going to delete all of these. I'm going to zoom into the 1 minute time frame and show you what happened. Unfortunately, with the Japanese pairs, whenever there is an intervention taking place, you will never know it. You will only see the following move. If you have a look, in 1 minute candle, there was a drop for 159 down to 157.6, almost a 140 pip drop. This 99% signals that there was an intervention from the Ministry of Finance in Japan. Well, we all knew that an intervention will take place eventually, because several times whenever we were approaching the 160 level, we were hearing sometimes a verbal intervention saying that we are looking at the FX rate, we are not happy with the FX rate, especially that also they mentioned it today that weak yen is starting to impact domestic prices more aggressively as firms pass import costs to consumers. So everyone was expecting to see an intervention for the Japanese yen, but the problem is you will never know when it will happen. So let's say you will be here taking a buy, and suddenly you will see a very sharp drop, and most probably your stop loss will get slipped because of this very volatile move. So I just wanted to highlight this because anyone opening the charts will be sometimes maybe confused, asking what is the reason for this sharp drop. So this is related to what happened Bank of Japan and the USD JPY. I'm going to move to gold quickly, just some trade ideas. In general, let's remove all of these. If we look at gold price action, we see that it's printing a higher low and a higher high. We are still in a bullish trend. The fundamentals supporting the bullish momentum for gold is still available. Although we had some de-escalation in the past couple of days, there was some profit-taking move. And also we had some good economic data for the US yesterday supporting that should theoretically support dollar bulls and gold bears, but we are still printing new all-time highs. So technically speaking, we should be following the trend. Let's wait for some pullbacks and see what are the areas and possible scenarios. For me, the first possible scenario, I would like to see price going down to the 4,880. If I see price rejecting this level, I would like to have the following price action, once again visiting this, at least this high. The next scenario, what if we broke below the 4,480? Well, breaking below this level and having a strong intraday candle closing below this level, I would like price to be visiting these candle lows at the 4,770. In case we visited these candle lows, we rejected, price consolidated, or did any technical formation indicating reversal, I would be looking for the following price action. Let's zoom into the 30-minute time frame. Maybe we can see, yes, it's a little bit cleaner. Okay, so this is the first area of interest. This is the second area of interest. And of course, my next area of interest will be here. I believe in case we broke above the 4,970, we will be going up and visiting a new historical high at the 5,000. I will be very careful at the 5,000. It's a strong psychological area, a new historical high, a psychological area. So reaching this level, and you know me that I don't prefer buying from here because it is in price discovery mode. You will never know that it will react at the 5,000 or dig a little bit higher than snapback. You will never know this. But in case we visited the 5,000 and I start to see price rejecting, it is risky, but I could be looking for something like this taking place. Let's fix it. So guys, these are the scenarios. I wanted to give you a quick update regarding gold prices, regarding what happened with Bank of Japan. 3 areas of interest for now. Number 1 is the 4,880. Number 2, 4,780, and the third one, which is at the 4,960 to 70, which are the all-time high. That's it for today. Hopefully you enjoyed our analysis, and we will see you next week. Thank you so much for joining.